Download this code and get free GPT-4o from codegive.com, link in the description below. In Java, the big decimal class is used for high-precision decimal arithmetic. This class is part of the java.math package and is particularly useful for financial calculations where precision is crucial, as it avoids the pitfalls of floating-point arithmetic. ###Why use big decimal? 1. Precision. Big decimal can represent numbers with any level of precision, allowing for exact representation of decimal values. 2. Avoiding floating point errors. Operations on floating point types, like float or double, can lead to precision errors due to their binary representation. Big decimal avoids this issue. 3. Control over rounding. Big decimal allows you to specify rounding modes when performing arithmetic operations. ###### Creating big decimal instances. You can create a big decimal instance in a few different ways. 1. From a string. 2. From an int, long, or double, although using a string is recommended to avoid precision issues with double. ##### Example code. Here's a code example demonstrating how to use big decimal for various arithmetic operations. ##### Explanation of the code. 1. Creating big decimals. The big decimal objects number 1 and number 2 are created using strings to avoid precision issues. 2. Arithmetic operations. The code demonstrates addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. The division method allows you to specify a scale, number of digits after the decimal point, and a rounding mode. 3. Comparison. The compare2 method is used to compare two big decimal objects. 4. Setting scale. The setScale method is used to round the big decimal to a specified number of decimal places. ##### Important methods of big decimal. Add. Big decimal agent adds two big decimal values. Subtract. Big decimal subtrahend subtracts one big decimal from another. Multiply. Big decimal multiplicand multiplies two big decimal values. Divide. Big decimal divisor, in scale, rounding mode, divides one big decimal by another with specific scale and rounding. Compare2. Big decimal val, compares two big decimal values. SetScale, int new scale, rounding mode, sets the scale of the big decimal. ##### Conclusion. Using big decimal is essential for applications that require precise decimal arithmetic, especially in financial applications. By leveraging the capabilities of big decimal, you can avoid common pitfalls associated with floating point arithmetic in Java.